Okay. Good evening, everybody. Today we was chanting the the Maṅgala-sutta on the page in the bracket 25. Bracket 25, page 43. This is called Maṅgala-sutta, and I want to repeat and explain. I talked about this some time ago, and I think it's good for you to hear it again. It's very important sutta. Mangala, actually, the meaning of the word Mangala is something like good luck, or good fortune, or blessing, or auspicious. It's sometimes say Mahamangala-sutta, and this is taken from origin. It's come from the Sutta Nipata 2.4. Okay, just if anyone wants to know the reference where it's come from. From the Sutta Nipata, there is another two sutta which is very important. Normally we are chanting them. It's called parita, like blessing. Why? Because inside the sutta there is very important saying, different blessing, that the good wish or good future or good fortune that the Buddha give instruction about this, and that's why we call it parita, like protections or blessings or protections. And in the Sutta Nipata, there is another two sutta that we are normally taking it as a group of chanting, and one of them is the Ratana Sutta. This is, I told you the story about the Buddha when he made the spritz of water in the city, when the city was not comfortable place to stay, and the Buddha go there and he give the blessing, and he clean the city. So it's called Ratana Sutta, the diamond, okay, the jewelry. And then there is another sutta, which is the sutta of the loving kindness, Kalaniya Metta Sutta. Yeah, this is the sutta of the loving kindness, the Metta Sutta, what we call Metta Sutta. So this is something like three sutta that normally the monk, they are teaching them. People invite the monk to bless the house or to do some good ceremony for a different occasion. So people invite the monk to give the blessing. So using these three, mostly we use these three sutta, which they are very, very important or good to hear. And also, actually, if we talk about the Maṅgala-sutta, in the Maṅgala-sutta, this is like giving like a basic things for education. It's a give kind of education to the even in the school in India and Sri Lanka, they teach the Maṅgala-sutta in the school for the children, so they get good education for how to establish their life, how to make the life in the better way, because it's like the Maṅgala-sutta that we was chanting, it's giving some kind of full instruction of education, of teaching about how to establish your life. But normally people thinking the Buddha teach about nirvana, purifying the mind, and this. But in the Maṅgala-sutta, now soon I will explain you see that the Buddha actually didn't speak, he didn't start from nirvana, he started from many the very basic things about how to develop our life into the real happiness, how all together till we reach to nirvana, and even after this, how to use the beneficial of the development of nirvana in the daily life, also in the Maṅgala-sutta. So like I said, it's this sutta is something give like instruction how to build good life, how to build how to purify our mind, how to behave in the family, how to behave with the friends, how to behave, how to be good person, okay? How to get education, what kind of education. So everything is included in this sutta. soon I will go deep inside. Mangala, it's actually the meaning of the word Mangala, like I said, it's good fortune. So what the meaning, the basic things in India, good fortune or Mangala mean? It's something like when people in Sri Lanka, normally people, they bless themselves, like we are saying, good morning, okay, guten tag, or whatever, bonjour. So what they say to each other in Sri Lanka, they say Mangala Day. They're wishing to each other Mangala Day, okay? So you have day of good fortune or good luck day. And but in India and many places actually, the meaning of Mangala, people they get the meaning of Mangala as a symbol of good luck. Something like people they sometimes thinking if they put the cross in the house, if they put in and young, if they hear some birds, I don't know, maybe they hear the birds of paradise, maybe they put the shoe, like the shoe from the horse in the house, so it will protect them. Some people they're thinking if they put like, I don't know, maybe onion or some vegetable in the house, or they something in the Arabian country, so in Israel, they make like, I don't know, sometimes putting garlic, sometimes putting like, we call it hamsa, like this, a fish, I don't know, they're using eyes, different kind of things like this. So it's give the people good impression. They think that they have good luck because of this. Some people, maybe they thinking what good luck, it's what they're smelling in the morning, okay, if they wake up in the morning. Some there is also a bad luck, like they say, if you have black cat cross nearby you, so you have bad luck, okay? But Mangala, it's referred to the symbols which is good, give a nice good impression. Okay, so our story actually is starting in the city called Savatthi. I just show you where is Savatthi. Just yeah, okay, everybody can see the map? Good. So you see Savatthi is this point here. This is India, okay? This is Nepal. Okay, Varanasi is about here. So what I will do, I will a little bit then here, you see I'm starting to go. You see Nepal here, Varanasi should be here. This is Calcutta. We are talking about north of India. I showed you already some times ago this map. You see we are closing. See, we come to the very, very nearby the border for Nepal. This is Nepal. This is the north of India. We're coming to the city called Savatthi. The map is already mentioned. You see Jetavana. What is this Jetavana? Is the name of monastery. This is actually the name of the monastery. You can see here the bricks, what the excavation. Okay, now I can take it out. You know where is the, okay, you got the idea where is our story. Jetavana, it's a monastery that the millionaire Anathapindika, he offered to the Buddha. It was the most expensive place where the Buddha got as a, okay. Yeah, this is the most expensive place that someone offered to the Buddha. In Savatthi also, it was another monastery that the Visakha, the woman named Visakha, offered to the Buddha. So the Buddha actually have at least 2 monasteries in Savatthi, it's mentioned. It was very good people. Even the king there, he used to advise with the Buddha, asking questions. So this, the people in Savatthi was very, very good people, very intelligent people. They follow the Buddha. They advise, they listen to his advice. So our story starting there, when the people in Savatthi, they start to debate between each other. They start to talk between each other to think what is the things which going to give us good fortune. What is the symbol? They look for the symbol that is good to put in the house. Okay, maybe onion, like I said, maybe Christ, maybe to put some whatever it is. That it's some people say maybe if you hear something, maybe you hear the birds of paradise in the morning. And other people say no, if you see the jasmine, I don't know, the flowers in the morning. Then other people they say whatever other things. So all these things, the people start to create debate. And normally the Buddha said that around the cities which have good people, so on the top there is angels, which is good angels. Okay, if in the city there is people corrupted, also the angels or the sentient beings there will be not so good. But in the case that there is good people, it will attract good angels there also. So it's happened that in the time when the people start to make debate, slowly, more and more groups of people, they start to make debate. They found interest about what we should do to improve our life, to make our life, what symbols we should use to make our life, what will give us the Maṅgala. So when the people start to make debate, more and more groups, so the angels also was interested to know about it. So the angels also start to make debate more and more and more, till it's come to be, to reach to the Saka. Saka is the king of the Deva. He also find interest. Wow, what should be the things that it's giving us Maṅgala? And as Saka, he decided to ask the Buddha himself, what this wise man have to say about Maṅgala? Which symbol he will advise us that we can use it so we have better life. And he sent one of the angels to meet the Buddha. So, like I said, the Buddha himself, he stayed in the monastery of Anathapindika in the Jeta Grove. This is the name of this monastery. Okay, and then the Buddha he make a schedule in the day that in the morning he go and collect food, and after this. After he collected the food, he came back, he was practicing, and then he was teaching the monk. And then after this, the lay people used to come and to ask him advice. And late at night, when everybody's sleeping, the Buddha used to wait and to see if any angels want to ask him any questions, to advise anything. So it happened that one evening, when the Buddha was sitting and waiting, practicing and staying in the evening time, maybe 10 to 2, I don't know, whatever, something like this, suddenly all the Jeta Grove became full of light, beautiful light. Okay, because this is the nature of certain kind of Deva. They looks like this, they're full of light. So when the Buddha was sitting, suddenly all the Jeta Grove was full of light. And this is actually our sutta in the page 43 and 25 starting. All the other story that I told you is from the commentary. Okay, it's written in the commentary. That's how we know the story, the background from this story. But in the page 43, 25, it's starting from this, that the Buddha was staying in the Jetavana monastery of Anathapindika, and in the evening time, in the night time, suddenly the angels come and ask him what the angels asking the Buddha. The angels coming and asking the Buddha, what is the things that give us the good fortune? The human being and angels, they wish to know. And you see that in the sutta it's mentioned how the Deva is coming and paying respect to the Buddha, because the Deva, they respect the Buddha. They know the Buddha is very, very high, let's say, what you call it, creature? No, it's not a creature, it's something like, he's also not human being, it's just Deva. So, just Buddha, sorry. So that's, but because it's very high in the purity, also the Deva know it, So the Deva come and pay respect to the Buddha and ask him the question. He asked, what is the things that the Buddha can say about that? What is the thing that give us good fortune? Now the Buddha, he says something like this. The Buddha talk about reality according to the Buddha religion, okay? And he says that what is giving you good fortune is not what you see, it's not what you hear, it's not what you smell. It's according to your actions. What are you doing? What are you doing now? What have you done in the past? And all these things will fix to you, for you, the future, if you have good future or bad future. It depends on your karma, on your actions, on your something like cause and effect. Okay? And then this is not about superstitious things that whatever you will put in your house, it will influence you or and then the Buddha starting to tell to the Deva 38 things that the people or anyone that he will do these 38 things, this is the things which is giving them, will give them good futures. Good fortune, good future. Yeah, establish something like in the future it will be more happy. Okay, everything will go good with them. And the Buddha starting actually with the things which is in the mundane, in the daily life. Okay, like I said, and slowly, slowly the Buddha going more and more till he come to the super mundane. Like I said, till he come to nirvana. And the basic things the Buddha starting is how to develop our mind, our wisdom, something like how to develop our way to know between beneficial and unbeneficial. Yeah. So this is the first things that we have to establish. It's our wisdom, our knowledge, okay, our intelligence. So the Buddha starts with the first things. This is actually the things that seem like if we want to make sure that our life will be in the good way, okay? So we have to take for them to put them in the right establishment, okay? To give them good education. So the Buddha starting with the first things, it's a asevana japaranang. It means the Buddha normally starting with negative. So in this case, the Buddha say, don't associate with bad people, okay? And the Buddha using the word asevana, which is like to serve, okay? To be close to someone and to serve them. So we have the intent to influence each other very much. For example, husband and wife, they became the same, during the time they became like same person, same personality, same behavior. We influenced by each other very, very strong. So if you stay with someone a long time, you start to be something like him. Some people say it's so strong, like people became like their own dogs. The dog and the person became the same person, something like this. So close, we influence each other. So of course, our friends, the people that we associate with them, they also influence us very, very strong. And the Buddha said that if you will associate with the bad people, they will influence you. That's why normally we don't want that our children, we have to look which is the company that our children is going with. Okay, children, they companion with their own parents. When they stay in the very beginning, they're learning from their own parents. So the parents have to show them good example. But the Buddha said that the first advice, don't associate with bad person. And what is the meaning of bad person according to the Buddha? The Buddha said that the good or bad person, it's related to his virtue, how he behave. For example, if the person is keeping the 5 precepts, you can say he's a good person. If he living according to what we call Brahma Vihara, he know how to, he acting with metta, with loving kindness. He's acting with compassion. He's not egoist. Just when he want you, he stay with you. But when he don't need you or whatever, he go with other people and he push you outside or only using you. So the Buddha says, the first thing is don't associate with bad people, because if you associate with bad people, maybe they teach you how to use drugs all the time, drinking alcohol, wasting your money, going places which is not suitable places to go or whatever. They will influence you also bodily, mentally, and speech. You learn from them. Also about the wrong way of thinking. People, they don't believe karma. They say, I don't care anything. I just can enjoy now. Anyway, we die. We don't have any responsibility or whatever like this. So this is why the Buddha say, be careful from these people. You stay with them long time. You stay with them as your friend. They will influence you. You will start to behave the same like them. And then your future will drop down. You will not act in a good way. Now, you have to understand that if suppose someone person is strong, okay, and you think that out of compassion, I will stay with this and this person, I can influence them in a good way, this will be good things to do. That's why the Buddha used asevana as a service. You give service to someone, okay? So it means you are under someone. But in the case that you are a strong person and you say, I will stay with this and this foolish man or stupid man, I can teach him, I can guide him, I can correct him, so it will be good things. It's not the meaning here in this case. So this is the first advice. Don't associate with bad people. The second advice, associate with a wise person. Because then he will influence you, he will teach you, he will guide you. You can learn from him. Okay, if you have your friends is someone that is keeping the precept, someone that is good behaved, someone that is really thinking about his own friends and not only egoist and only about his property. So it's someone that even if you want, try to get close to him. Maybe you can, he need help, you help him. Sometime you can call him, maybe you can ask him questions, get close to him. So on the way, maybe sometimes you give him present or whatever. So you can get for him a lot of benefit, okay? If he give you advice, be open to listen to his advice so you can learn from him how to establish your life in a good way. This is the second thing. The third thing that the Buddha say, he call it bucha jabucha niyang nang etamang, and then he finish etamang karamotamang, because he say the one owner, the one that is worthy to honor. For example, in India and Nepal, in Thailand and Sri Lanka, they very much understand about respecting someone that give you something, someone that is higher than you. Here in the West, we are not so much understanding about respect, but in Thailand, in Sri Lanka, in Burma, they still have the tradition of respect. So, for example, if someone is pure in the mind, if we talk about Buddhism, respect about Buddha, respect about the Sangha, the Ariya Sangha, okay? The Sangha which is clean in the mind. Also people, they're worshipping and they are respecting places. okay, like pagoda or whatever. So in this case, you open your mind to accept, yeah, their teaching, you accept whatever they have to give you. You open the mind. You also become humble. Yeah, you don't say something like I got it by myself. So then your heart is more pure to get the information. For example, people coming to practice meditation, there is different. If they will make the ceremony of opening ceremony or they don't do it. If they come and they prostrate to the Buddha, they will be humble about it, okay, that they are coming, and this person or this, let's say the teacher or this person can give them. So they open their heart to get the information. Another one, to pay respect, like I say, elders, it's our parents, okay, father, mother, or grandfathers and grandmothers. So when people are paying respect, they are showing that they don't take it for granted what the parents give them. The Buddha say, if you carry your father and your mother on your shoulder the rest of your life, you never can give them back. They give you so much. Okay? Even if they make something not nice to us, still they grow us, they bring us life. So this is actually the things. So you see that here we are something like getting the way, our wisdom, how to build our life. There is nothing here about nirvana. This is mundane. This is just a life. And by this, actually, we are, by these three things, we are getting the tool how to judge or how to differentiate in the life between good and bad. So we know how to navigate. Now the Buddha continue and give advice how to build confidence in the life, okay? How to build secure in the life. And the four things the Buddha give to the Deva, the four advice, he say, it depends on the place where you are living. You have, if you want good life, you have to stay in the places which is suitable to stay. For example, the places which is comfortable weather, okay? There is enough food for the people. Food is very important for us, all the time people. There is good companion, good neighbors. If they are criminal, they are, like I said, drugs or alcohol, you cannot go out. You're afraid they beat you or maybe killing you or treating bad about your children. So neighbors should be good neighbors. Should be law, okay, order. Maybe police taking care or whatever, that nobody criminal will come to you. If you live in a country which is upside down, it's very difficult to establish yourself. Even the government should be good government, or climate should be good climate. And another thing is that places which you can learn Dharma. If you have a place, if you go and live your life in a place that you can get the Dharma there, it will be very beneficial for you. Okay? So this is the four things that the Buddha given advice. It's about where to live the life, and the place. Then the fifth thing the Buddha said, that what will give you good future, it also depends on the merit, on the good things you have done in the past. It's very, very much depend on the merit, what you have done in the past. Your future will be also, not only also what you are doing now, but you have to consider that whatever you have done in the past will influence you also later on in the future. And merit, it's not just a word or whatever. Merit, we have 10 kinds of merit. Keeping precept, it's one of merit. We have practicing meditation. We have dana. Dana is the first merit. We have helping to others, assisting to others, sharing with other people our merit. join with other people married, listening to Dharma, teaching Dharma, getting the right wisdom. So all these things, we have altogether 10 kind of merit.
Genau, da ist ja bei jedem Chanting steht ja was dabei sozusagen.
Let's see, I want just to, okay. Okay. Now, whatever merit we accumulate, it will not be able to function if we don't take actions. Okay? So the next things what the Buddha say, that we need energy. We need determination to do good, not to do bad. Yeah. Sometimes we even, I don't know, someone give the example that the company produce electricity, giving us the electricity, but if we don't make the effort to push the button, yeah, we don't have light. So also this merit, what we gain in the past, if we don't make effort by ourselves, now, if we don't have determination, we don't put energy. So this merit will not take actions. So now the Buddha said to him that sixth advice, you need to put energy and to put determination and willing to do good and not to do bad. Okay? If you are too lazy, negligent, you will not be able to accumulate good things. So you need to have energy also. This is another advice for something like give you good, something that you depend on this for good future. If you will be lazy, you will not gain anything. Now the Buddha continue. We coming to the 7 advice. We have altogether 38. Okay, the 7 advice. Now we are coming something like to talk about training. Okay, our training, our preparation for getting good in the future. And the first things in this case, the Buddha said, you need to learn. You need to get education. Maybe learn how to read, write, mathematics, I don't know, some history, some knowledge, basic knowledge for your life. People have to learn. Okay, education is very, very important. So this is the 7 advice. And now 8 advice, the advice number 8, you need to learn occupation, work, something that you will have some talent, okay? Something that you can work with it, some that you have, you can gain some money with this or whatever, manage your life, some work that you will have. So this is also, if you will not have any education, you didn't learn anything about some talent to work or to do something, so very difficult to find. Okay, you depend on others. But if you have some speciality, some things that you can, you have some talent, so you have more chance to find good work for yourself. So this is very important. It's number 8, okay? The number 7 is any kind of education. Just don't be stupid. You know, like reading, writing, mathematics, like I say, history or whatever, okay? But number 8 is about work, about education. And then number 9, you need to act according to the law and the rules. It's starting first with the rules of the country. Okay, they say you have to drive on the right side, you have to drive on the right side. They say you have to pay tax, you have to pay tax. Sometimes we say, oh, but the country is not fair with us, they are not reasonable, the law is not reasonable. We have to understand that it is our karma that we are living in a certain place that is something like not reasonable and we have to pay too much. Maybe in the past we didn't give to the country and now the country is taking back to us, okay, from us. So in this case, if we break the law of the place, we are later on, maybe the country will catch us or whatever, or or the place. So there is a law, there is a rules and law where we are living, but we have to understand that the law of the karma is higher. If the country say we have to kill, so we should not follow this. If the country say, or the place or the rules around us tell us we should steal or do some bad things, we should not follow these rules. The rules of the Dharma, it's higher than the rules of the place, the law of the place. Then continue to number 10. Number 10, if we talk about the rules of the law, something like the 5 precepts or whatever, now we're talking about right speech. When I taking out the right speech, he said we should follow the right speech. What is meaning right speech? It means not telling lies, okay, or speaking wrong, make the people wrong, okay. The second is gentle, have to talk kind in the kind way, not to harsh, not to shout on people or whatever. We have to be gentle, okay. Another thing, it's not to separate between the people, okay, making the people conflict between people, break between two people, okay. And then another things, it's not to talk foolish things like gossiping or adult child, just talking without any meaning or stupid things. Okay, if we talk, we have to talk meaningful. So this is the 10 advice. The Buddha say your speech is one of the things which give you fix if you have good future or bad future. Now the Buddha continue with establish a virtue, good behave, okay? But for the daily life. You see all these things, it's advice for people in the daily life, how to build their life in the good way, but he's not talking, still not talking about practicing, about monkhood or whatever. He's talking about just how to develop your life in the good way. So these things, it's the basic which give you the holy life later. But now the Buddha say, next step is to how to develop a virtue, how to live the life in the good way, but right, what you call right livelihood, but in the daily life, okay? Because we have virtue of practicing. We have the precept of practicing also, but here we have how to behave good to other people. So 11, starting with take care and respect your father and mother. Okay? People, the father, like I said, father and mother give us so much. We have to take care for them when they're getting old or whatever, okay? So we have to support them, look after them. So this is 11, okay? 12, take care for your wife and your children. If you're talking about a woman, you have to take care for your husband and your children. But the next things the Buddha said to the Deva, it's depend. If you want good future, you have to take well care about your family. Okay, this is Sangha. In the year they use Sangha. So this is the next thing. This 12th, the 12th advice. The person has to take well care about the wife and the children. In the one of the sutta, I think in the, I forgot the name of the sutta, the Buddha give advice how the relationship between the people, the duty, I think it's called, it's about the name of the boy, that he was worshipping 6 directions, and the Buddha asked him, why you do this? So he said, I don't know, my father did it. So the Buddha said, I will explain you. And then the Buddha said that each direction is the relationship between two sides. For example, husband to wife and wife to the husband. It's called Maṅgala-sutta. Okay, Sigala is the name of the boy, and the Buddha explained to Sigala how husband have to take care for the wife, how 5 ways the husband have to take care for the wife, 5 ways that the wife have to take care for the husband. The parents to the children, children to the parents. The teacher to the students to the teacher. Okay, so this is like the 6th direction altogether. So there the Buddha he talk more deep about this kind of relationship, how to take care for your partner or teacher or whoever it is. So I don't go into it. I didn't want to collect this information and to tell you, otherwise it will be too much information. But I just mentioned that number 12, like I said, it's that person have to take care to the parents, to the wife and the children. Then we continue 13. In the 13, if you look at the book, you will see that you should finish any kind of work, not to keep unfinished work. That's correct. It's what is written there. But actually, it's wrong. It's wrong translation. It should be right livelihood. Right livelihood. The way the words in Pali, okay? Ankula Jakamanta, Ankula Jakamanta, the meaning is not actually not finished work. The meaning is suitable work. It means not to deal with the weapon, not to deal with animal, not to deal with, if you're working, it's called right livelihood, okay? With a human being, okay? And not to deal with drugs, alcohol, gambling, all these kind of things. It's work that maybe now you can get a lot of money. Drugs, people can sell drugs, they can get a lot of money. But in the future, it will not be beneficial for them. The karma will come back to them, okay? People using animals, selling animals, human being or whatever, weapons. Maybe they get a lot of money by selling weapons. They're creating war and killing other people like this. So this is the meaning, the next thing that the Buddha give advice. Your work should be right livelihood. Then continue, dana. Dana, it means giving. You should give dana every sometimes, not only one time, okay? You have to maintain it. For example, poor people or religion people, okay? People need or whatever, you can give also, for example, charity, school, hospital, volunteers, okay, association or whatever. So keep giving dana. And then we come to 15. 15, you have to keep the 10 things which is not hurting others, okay? We have like, what is this 10 things? I will go fast with them. This is no killing, no stealing, okay? No wrong sex. This is in body, okay? In the body, no bad actions in the body. Bad actions in the speech, I said before, no telling lies, no separate between people, no gossiping or idle speech, and no speaking unnecessary things. Okay? This is by speech. You see, speech, we have small mouth, but this mouth have 4 things which is not good. And then body so big, only 3. And then we have by thinking we have 3 also. Is not to think, oh, I wish that other things will be, things that belong to other people will belong to me. How can I take it? How can I grab to, like wanting things from other people, like jealousy or something like this. And then The next things which is not good by thinking is wishing that other people will die or some bad things will happen to them. Okay, wishing, I wish that this person will die or will happen to him, he will be sick or things like this. And the last things, it's wrong thinking about, for example, karma. The other people, nothing, I didn't make any wrong. The other people doing wrong for me. Okay, there is no karma, there is no cause and effect. There is no reason to do good. There is no reason to respect our parents or okay, because anyway we are living one time, so why to do good? Like people say, eat and drink how much you want because tomorrow we die. So the Buddha said there is reincarnation. Whatever you do, you take with you. This is the 15, okay? To avoid from doing the 10 bad things that I mentioned now. Now we come to 16. 16, help to your friends, help to your relative. You will be nice, you will be kind, you will be good to your friends, you will be good to your family members. I'm not talking about wife and children and father, mother, and things like this. I'm talking to close relationship family and also close friends to you. So you have to take care for them, to help them if they need any help or so this is important. Treat them in a good way. Then 17, the Buddha continue. Don't do things which other people might blame you. Make suspicious people. Maybe you go on the places which is not suitable place and you didn't make anything. But what will be is the people will suspect, what is doing there? I saw this person going there. Okay? Or you do anything like this and people make people thinking. Sometimes people like to think too much. So you have to be careful not to make them suspect on you. So better don't get involved in places or actions which may make the people suspect on you. Otherwise, you have to apologize, you have to explain this. So, but if you are wise, you already don't put yourself in advance to this situation. So all these things, what I mentioned till now, from 11 till 17, it was part of how to develop the virtue, but in the daily life. Now the Buddha continues more and more. He's going into the spiritual life. How to go into the holy life, okay? You go to the super mundane. So the virtue in the super mundane. 18. The Buddha starting the first one he called arati. Arati it means not to find satisfaction from doing bad. Sometimes people they are doing something bad, because it gives them happiness in this moment, so they feel satisfaction. Okay, we call it bright, but it gives dark later. So the Buddha say there's something like even they do bad, but they enjoy it. So the Buddha say, think about the atinawaya. Atinawaya it means the negative things. We have atinawayana, okay? So it means think about the negative things. So don't, and then you will not find any satisfaction from doing bad things. Yeah. So this is the second advice. The 18, number 18, not to find satisfaction from doing bad. The Buddha call it arati. Okay, this is in Pali. And then 19, to avoid from doing bad. We call it to be afraid from doing bad or to be ashamed from doing bad. This is abstaining. This is stopping, okay? The first one from doing bad. If before we did something bad, now we say, oh, better don't do it. I will stop, prevent myself to do any more bad. This is called virati. 20, not to use drugs and alcohol. You take drugs, you take alcohol, they make your mind not clear, and then you can hurt other people, you can damage yourself, okay? You can do some stupid things and destroy all what you have, all the good things that you have. So not to use drugs and alcohol, intoxicating. Then we come to 21. 21, to be intelligent, okay? Not to be lazy, okay? By going on the Dharma, for activating, for developing Sila Samadhi Panya. So not to be lazy from this, to take actions and to try. For example, we are practicing, we try to let not our mind to jump, to be restlessness, to be more concentrated. Every time we try to bring ourselves. So we don't just lazy to let our mind in the case of meditation, but also in actions. We try to do good as much as we can. We try not to make something bad, okay? So we take actions on developing the goodness in us in the Dharma. So not to be lazy on developing the good things and to stop doing bad things. So this is actually 21. To be diligent on the way to practice. Okay? Keep the precept, make good things as much as we can. And now we are coming to the next things. It's developing the good things in the walking the way, the Dharma itself. So we can continue with the 22. Respecting others. Okay, before we talk about this, respecting people that higher than me, respecting people that giving me something. Okay, this is even we can see example after the Buddha get enlightened. The Buddha was thinking who is the one that he can give honor, because he don't have any teacher. Okay, he find the vipassana by himself. So the Buddha was thinking, who is the person, or who is the one that I can give honor? And the Buddha remembered the Bodhi tree. He was sitting under the Bodhi tree. So the Buddha stand 1 week and was gazing. Okay, he looks at the tree as a respect to the tree that give him the ability to get enlightened. So even you see the Buddha, he give respect to the element. So something like honor and appreciation, someone that give you something. 23, humility, okay, to be humble, to be gentle, not to be too strong, to shout on people, to quarrel with people, okay, to talk loud, to be more soft, okay. If people again give you advice, you listen to them, not just attacking. So the softness inside us is very important. When we have like humble and gentle people, they're attracted to be with us. 24, satisfaction, okay, contentment. Something like we have something, we don't want more. Whatever, it's enough. It's good for us. Okay, to be satisfied with what you have. Otherwise, you look for more, never ending. You will never find the end how much you want. Another car, another house, another, I don't know, whatever, furniture. 25, gratitude. If someone give you something, someone help you something, so you should be gratitude for him. For example, Sariputta, he never forget that Asaji, even he was the right-handed of the Buddha, he never forget that Asaji was his teacher. Okay, so gratitude. Now we are starting to go into the Dharma, into the developing of the holy life actually. 26, they would give him advice. You should listen to Dharma every sometimes. Because the meaning of the Dharma or Dharma talk, it's information which giving you the way, showing you the way how to develop yourself to go up from suffering to happiness. So the Buddha saying you should listen to Dharma every sometimes. And then 27 is very, very important. Patient, to be able to wait, to be able to bear. If suppose you have difficulties, normally when you have difficulties, you either get angry about the situation, either you get despair. It's enough, I don't want anymore. But if you have patience, you can wait long time. Difficulties, you can take it, you can bear. Some people sitting sometimes very strong pain. They say, never mind, I'm not going to stretch my legs. I will just acknowledge it. Okay? Or any difficulties we have in the life, we can wait. Everything is a nature. 28, to be open to listen for advice. Some people, they are very stubborn. They don't want to listen to advice. They know everything already. Whatever you tell them, immediately they offend you. They're starting to shout, to cover it. They don't want to listen to you. But the Buddha said, better you will be more, you will be able, okay, to listen to advice. Even if you, something about what people want to criticize you about things, they think that you make something bad. Just listen to them. If you think that they are wrong, just continue with your duty, your things. But at least you listen to what they have to say. And then the Buddha continued, 29. To meet a monk, to meet someone that walking the holy life and listen to Dharma for him. Someone that he have an experience or someone that is living this kind of life. So if you meet them, you can learn from him a lot, okay? Something like he share with you the holy life. So he say, meet the monk and learn from him the Dharma. So this is 29. 30, meet the Kalyana Mita. Meet friends for the way. Before I just talk about the monk, meet the monk, someone that is just his work, let's say, is a Dharma, okay? But in this case, in 30, the Buddha say, your friends on the way, people that same like you, just walking the way in the same way like you. Share with them the way, you can get a feedback. They can give you advice again, something you are in, let's say you are at the same level, so you can share the way together to each other, encourage you. So this is the next advice. It's in Kalyana Mita. We call it good friend for the way, for the Dharma. And then 31, here starting to go into really practice intensive. Intensive practicing, okay, like retreat, trying to overcome the hindrances, developing the sila samadhi panya, okay, taking 8 precepts. People sometimes going to the temple or staying some few days or whatever, weekend or how long. If they have time, they stay 1 month or whatever in the temple, or so they're practicing more intensive. Maybe meditation center. So the Buddha give them advice. If you are taking a time for holy life, for the imparting, you say dapo. It's something like people sometimes they take some kind of practice like raising up the hand, standing on one legs, or doing some people looking at the breath. Okay, so it means some kind of practice which is very intensive. But in this case, the Buddha say intensive practice about all the Eightfold Path. And like I said, maybe a retreat or something that maybe stay in the temple or stay in the meditation center for some time. And then even go 32, go higher than this. Brahmachari. Brahmachari, it's a holy life. It means to take maybe the precept of the samanan, to take the precept of the monk, to be in the monastery for some time. People want to be samanan, want to be monk. They don't have to be for all the life. They can be even for a short time. But this experience is very, very pushing people up very much. Even they stay for 1 week. Give them different experience. So to live the Eightfold Path in the fully, okay? So this is called Brahmachari. Brahmachari, it means the holy life. And when you are developing this ability, you are practicing intensive, yeah, you develop yourself, what is the result? And now we are coming to the result of the practice. So the 33, the result of the practice, you understand the Four Noble Truths. You understand suffering, you understand insight, not intellectual. This is not by learning, by your own experience. It means someone that the first step people understand the Four Noble Truths, it will be the Sotapan. But if we talk about fully understand about Four Noble Truths, it's Arahant. Okay? When someone really cut the greed and delusion, because Sotapan still have greed. If you understand Dukkha, he cannot have greed. Sakatakami still have greed and anger. Even little, but still there. It means they don't understand fully Dukkha. If you understand that I don't know what kind of food or what kind of experience is dukkha, how can you like it? But if you have greed for this, it means you don't understand 100%. Even anagami, which is the third step, still, okay? But the arahant cut totally. No greed for anything. He understands fully the Four Noble Truths. We say avijja. Okay, avijja is mean ignorant. So the arahant cutting totally the avijja. So to understand the 33, it's something like the result of the intensive practice, which is understanding the Four Noble Truths. 34, experiencing nirvana. Okay, getting nirvana. It means cutting in the moment that you get what we call in Pali, we say makapala. This is the mind experience nirvana as an object. Okay, we have one experience of nirvana in the moment that we get enlightened, cutting greed and delusion. But when people die totally, they also have experienced nirvana. So here, the result of the practice is experiencing of nirvana, nirodha. What the meaning? Cutting totally greed and delusion. Nirodha, it means ceasing, turning off from the mind the greed and delusion. And now the Buddha says the result of experiencing or how this kind of cleaning of the mind is helping us even when we are living the outside, not the holy life. And 35, the mind which is not shaking, okay? We should not under fear when we meet the loka dharma. We have 8 worldly conditions: gain and lost. Embrace, people embrace you, speak good to you, people speak bad to you. Sometimes you're alone, sometimes with many people around you, many friends. Sukha and dukkha, something like healthy and sickness. So these kind of 8 things, everybody is influenced by them, even Buddha. And they are shaking us a lot. People are afraid to lose something. They don't want to be sick, okay? They don't want for things to change for them. They only want the good, they don't want the bad. So when people, they are cutting the greed, anger, delusion, they are not anymore under them. Even they influenced by them, but they don't impressed by them. So the Buddha said, in the moment the person getting in nirvana and cleaning the mind, so what, he will not be afraid from the change, from the lokadama. Okay, he will not be shaky, he will not be confused, he will not experience restlessness. Okay, so this is the next things, not getting to panic. Okay, so the Buddha, he called it unshaken. Okay, unshaken mind. And then the next, it also connect to this eight worldly condition. But the Buddha said the one that is not living under sorrow and sadness. People speak to you something bad, maybe you cry, you feel sad, you feel shy, okay? Maybe despair. So people, they think, oh, what, like say lonely or sadness or sorrow. And when someone cutting the anger for the mind, he will not feel all this kind of feeling. It means that whatever experience from this lokadama will be, the mind will not be sad and sorrow. Like even Ananda, when he knows that Buddha going to die, he start to cry. But the Buddha say, I told you everything is anicca. Why you have to cry? Okay? But in the moment that person getting an arahant, he will not cry. He will be totally neutral because he know everything is anicca. So also good things will not impress on him. Also the bad things will not impress on him. So you don't feel into lamentation and despair or whatever. So this is the reacting, how we react after nirvana. And 37, the mind is clean. No more hindrances in the mind. This is something like the result of nirodha. Nirodha, it means cleaning the mind, turning off the mind for all the hindrances. All the things that making bad karma. Like cleaning the dust from the eyes. And the last things, 38, the Buddha said, the mind which is secure. What means secure? The mind of an enlightened person is not fell anymore to the bad things, to the suffering. Okay, so it means secure. There is no any dukkha anymore. There is no any suffering in this case. So the mind is very, very secure and steady. Nothing can shake it. So you see how the Buddha building from the daily life, from the ordinary life, how to build, how to establish the goodness inside us. So slowly, all the way through till we come into the holy life, and how we use the holy life for purifying and to find what we call the real happiness. Okay, nirvana. Anyone have question? Anyone want to ask something? Good. So if not, we can pay respect again to the Buddha. Aham samma sambuddho bhagava bhutan bhagavantam abhivate Sawakato bhagavata dhammo dhammam namasami Subhadripanno bhagavato sawaka sankho sangham namami. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Good night.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.